about time. It's about time. She finally cleaned this toilet. Finally. Finally. So, for y'all that don't know, when I came here earlier, it was a puddle on the floor right here. Hold on, let me turn it around. A puddle on the floor right here of this. Where's that stuff at? And I really think that she put it there. This stuff. This stuff. A big puddle of it. Just sitting right there. The shower is over here. I took a shower over here. How is she claiming that I put a bunch of water way over there when the shower's way over here is beyond me? But she finally cleaned that nasty ass toilet bowl. Ugh, they just be acting trifling, and then they be trying to make it seem like somebody's bothering me. Like I'm, I really think that she came in here or that someone came in here and put that there, and then she just say, "Shantae, you did it." If I'm taking a shower and the shower is over here, tell me how they water a pile of not even water, but a pile of chemical solution get over there. Let me show y'all what I use when I'm cleaning up. When I'm cleaning up, let me show you what I use. Let me show you what I use when I'm cleaning up. Even after I take a shower. This is what I use. Turn it around. This is what I use. Okay? So, this is clear and I use it in a mist. I don't use it in a way where it's going to make a pile of anything. So, I'm trying to figure out if you have a pile of solution on your floor by the toilet, far away from your shower tub area, how does it equate to Shantae? So, what I believe is that either someone went in there and squeezed that solution there, or that she herself squeezed that solution there and then said, Shantae, can you clean up your mess? She said, can you clean up this big mess in the bathroom? And I'm like, what big mess? I'm thinking to myself, like, well, I know when I take a shower, I don't leave no messes. I am such a neat freak. So where is she getting that from? So I'm like, only time you gonna see me make a mess is if I am from work or I've been working and working and working and working, and then one day I finally get to stay in the house and I'm just like, I'm not doing no cleaning and I taking things out and I got my food delivery. That is probably the only time you'll see me making a mess on my holy space, on a time where I'm taking actual rest from everything. But other than that, I keep things together. I'm just So anyway, I'm like, let me go see what she's talking about. Because first, I was just going to ignore her and just let her just keep saying that I made some kind of mess. But I was like, you know what? Let me entertain this nonsense that she got going on. So I was like, let me go. So I go. I walk out there and I look. I'm looking around the bathroom. What do I see? I see the same poopy stains that were there that they've had for there for 2 days, which I know I didn't do because I hadn't even used their bathroom. You know what I mean? And when I used their bathroom, it was way early in the morning and it wasn't no mess in there like that. That mess came after she had did her company. Whoever she had over here doing their nails, either that man went in there or she went in there or that lady went there, but it wasn't me because I had went to the store, and when I came back, someone went and got in the shower, and when they left out and I went to go wash my hands, I saw it in there. So that I know I didn't do, but she tried to blame me for allegedly making a puddle on the floor. So I guess I peed in the living room too, huh? Your dog did that. She is really just loony, and I really believe that either she went under her sink and took that chemical and squeezed a pile of it over by the toilet just so she could try to say it was me, because I know I didn't do it. And if she didn't squeeze it, someone else had to, but it was not me. And I haven't had no company in here. So you can't try to say that either. So what is wrong with this person is that I'm I'm peaceful. So, like I said, I know how to laugh stuff off. Like you can play games, you can play games, you can play games. That's what she's doing in my eyes. I'm just like, she is a Looney Tune. She's literally a Looney Tune. And she thinks that she gonna get away with playing that crazy stuff with me. And I'm just like, she ain't gonna get nowhere with that with me. I'm trained. I'm trained to deal with people like that. So I know how to contain them. I know how to contain them, and I know how to deal with them. So she did that so that way she could have me talk to her. Oh, I thought you weren't gonna talk to me. You're knocking on my door. Of course I'm gonna talk. Then you're accusing me of something I haven't done. Of course I'm gonna talk. But I also was recording, and that's why you heard her. She wasn't hardly talking. Before I was recording, she didn't know that I was coming out there with this recorder on. So she's can you come and clean this bathroom? I'm like, clean his bathroom. I'm like, I know she don't think I'm finna come in and clean that shit that somebody put in that toilet. I know that's not what she think I'm finna do, because no. You gotta pay a bitch to do that. You gotta pay for that. You got a payroll, that's the only time. Because people are really stupid and nasty. You got full grown adults walking around acting like slobs. And I'm like, y'all, you a slob. Like, you're a slob and you know you're a slob. And you just trying to act like you bougie and stuff because you live in a specific township. And I'm just like, just because you move out of a specific area, that don't take away your nastiness. If you trifling, you trifling. And I'm like, you putting on a facade, but the truth gonna come out. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But like I said, I had to go in there because I was like, she probably finally cleaned up that toilet, which she finally did, cleaned it up. And I was just like, ew, like, that has been there for like 2, maybe 3 days now. Was today Sunday? I think that got there either Friday or Saturday. I don't remember which day. I think it was Saturday actually. So it's been a roughly 2 days. And it's like, why didn't you clean it before then? Blah! Yucky. Anyway, she has a mental problem, like illness, not mental health problem. She has mental illness. She really needs to be put in a psychiatric ward and lock away that key and never relieve her. I'm sick. I'm sick of her shenanigans. I hope I move out of here because I'm really sick of her shenanigans. Like, she's annoying, and the annoying stuff. In real life, you can't help it if people annoy you. It's life. It's like, I don't have any little siblings, but it's like having a watching how I've seen people who do have little siblings. I'm like, this must be what it feels like having like a sibling that is just majorly annoying. Just that. Other than that, I don't have anything to say about it. Nothing derogatory to say, but my nose keeps itching. I shouldn't have went out there. Put the dogs in the cage. But other than that, I don't have nothing derogatory to say. But I learned just now that she finally cleaned that toilet bowl, and I was just like, ugh. I don't know how long she was gonna take before she was gonna do that. Just, just despicable. But in the world we live in, forget about it. Forget about it. You know, just I'm just gonna say this. I miss when Italian people were the main landlords in the United States. I miss those days because when the Italians were the primary landlords in the United States, you could get a studio, you could get a one bedroom for like a studio. You could get it for $300-400. A studio apartment, $300-400, including this, including that. For real, you could actually move. You could move real good. And if you needed a one bedroom, you could get it for like $600 to $800. You could get a you could get a two bedroom for like 1,000, anywhere from $800 to $1,000. Nowadays, the Jews own property, the Africans own property, and the Latino community own property. They running around talking about you got to make 3 times the rent. Then they're taking communities that my ancestors helped to build and living all in them, and then acting like we have no rights to living in them. And I'm not a racist person, but I keep saying this. If somebody spent their lives building something and then you come in and now you want to live there and you want to push the people out who it was built for, which is like the grandchildren and the great grandchildren and stuff like that, how do you think we would feel? How do you think we would feel? You think we'd be happy about that? You think we're going to be like, oh, hey, it's okay, you just push us out of these communities that our ancestors built these things up for us, and it's okay, we don't mind. No, we do mind. And we do have a lot to say. It's just that we are God's children, and the way God's children move is we not really about to make a big deal about it because we know God's about to handle all of that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to understand that it is a catastrophe taking place, because they could just go into their own countries and build. They can't do what we've done. That's plainly what it is. They can't do what we've done. They can't make the laws in their land like how we fought and fought and fought, and we spoke up and spoke up and spoke up. They don't have the power that we have. So they want to live off of everything that we have already done and try to make it seem like we're wrong for looking at you with the side eye. Like, I know you ain't just come up all up in our hoods and stuff trying to take over everything, and then got the nerve to be disrespecting us on top of everything else. Like, what's going on here? What's going on here? It's this guy up the road. I think he's a police officer, so he knows what he's doing is wrong. Taking a hose and spraying it on a person is assault. 1 time, 2 times, and almost a third time. Because the third time I noticed that he was out there with his hose, and I went across the street ahead of time. But he stands out there with his hose and he tries to make the water hit me, and I'm like, isn't he a police officer? Doesn't he know that's assault? Doesn't he know that if I want to, I could press charges on him? I'm just trying to do my homework first to find out if he is. Because if he is, he gonna have to watch himself in the game. Because he don't know who I am and he don't know who I know. He gonna have to watch himself in the game. Being derogatory towards citizens. I'm an outstanding citizen on top of everything else. You don't have the right to do that to me. But these people here that I'm living with, the mother, the Maria, the Nat lady, something's wrong with her. And these people around here, they're probably like, no, she's nice, and da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, no, she's not. No, she isn't. She is not. That woman is sick in her head, and she's using her size to try to seem like, oh, if you do something back, I'm gonna be like you're big or whatever. Cause I'm kind of tall compared to her height, so she might try and use that as her excuse. But that's the reason why it's taken a little bit more patience of my own to have to just overlook her behavior, because I've been around people like her. I've been around people like her, and I know how they are. They're always trying to play victim. They're always trying to guilt trip people, and they're scammers, and she's a scammer, and she's trying to act like she's not, but she's a scammer, and she's just not good at scamming, but she's a scammer. You know what I mean? So in the meanwhile, I took a break. Well, I didn't really take a break because I was still doing my study, but I did my nails. I cleaned up my brows just a little bit. I didn't make them as sharp as I usually do. Usually I make them really thin, but I didn't make them thin this time. And I'm relaxing. About to finish my documentaries before I head out. And that's it. I can't wait to move. I can't wait to move. I can't wait to move from out of here and get away from you, Maria tonight. Maria tonight. I can't get away. Can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait to get away from Maria tonight.